Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. We're starting this one off with looking at mini roundabouts and how to use them, or not to use them in this case. That just there is lazy driving. There was nothing at all whatsoever stopping them from going around like the proper way. It's not how you take a roundabout either, sunshine. We're just coming out of Wolvie in this clip. I got one of my old favourites here. We've not seen one of these, well, for a couple of videos. It's one of the old places to be and people to see mob. We're just turning onto Ashby Road in this clip, and just up ahead you're going to see a bus on the right hand side at a bus stop, obviously setting down and picking up passengers. Also means that side of the road has an obstruction, so traffic coming this way, me included, has priority over traffic coming the other way. Unless of course you're these two space cadets here. We've got one of these poor vulnerable cyclists in this clip. You're just going to see him on the left hand side now, riding with no hands on the handlebars, and seems to be swerving all over the place. Yeah, sorry fella, if you keep riding like that and you make one false move, you're going to end up in the middle of the road. Also, that white van you see up ahead, keep an eye on him because we're going to see him again shortly. Now we're back on the rear camera, as you can tell. Our space cadet that we just seen has just gone past us, but now we're watching this white van here. Now he goes out to overtake. Now nothing wrong with that because this lane does split into two lanes. Now we flip back to the front camera, as you can tell. Now that van just overtakes, encroaches into my lane slightly. Not a problem there really. But as he carries on up ahead, you can see now that the traffic lights for Brookside are about to turn to red. Now that van that overtook, he had plenty of time there to slow down and stop, but he didn't. And you could have stopped there as well. Now, do you remember I said a second ago about keeping an eye on that white van in front? Well, here he is now. Now the lights here, that's Brookside on the left hand side where you just saw that lorry pull out. Well, our lights go to green and we all pull off, nothing wrong there. But this van here now pulls out into lane 2 to get around a car which is turning left. Now, why would you do that? It's like you're not making any time savings or anything, you know, and you're still more or less the same area where you'd have been anyway. We have ourselves a red light runner in this clip. As you can see, our lights are now turning to green, but watch the DHL van over there to the left hand side. Now, I do drive this way most days, and there is a bit of a time delay from one set of lights turning red to the next set turning to green. We're back at the Ashby Road Normandy Way junction, and we have another red light runner in this clip. Again, our lights are turning to green, so the lights for Normandy Way will be on red, but we're looking at matey in the blue van here. Nah, he didn't fancy waiting there, did he? Oh, surprise, surprise. Other people don't know what green light, red lights mean. I've got one here now for you classic vehicle enthusiasts. What you're looking at here is a year 2000 Chrysler Jeep Cherokee. I'm back in Bulkington in this clip, and we're about to see a miracle here. This driver here using the mini roundabout the correct way, the way it should be done. We're on Bulkington Road in this clip, between Bulkington and Bedworth, and I've got one here for you classic car enthusiasts. Now what you're looking at here is a 2001 Peugeot 206. I'll keep this clip rolling now because we ain't got far to go to our next classic car, but I'm going to give you a little trip down memory lane. Just as we pass over this canal bridge, on the right hand side we've got the fields there for Nicholas Chamberlain Academy, or Nico as it's also known. Now I went there from 1995 until 1998. It has changed a lot since then. We used to have the east wing, which used to jet right out into the playing fields, but that's been demolished. I mean, I don't know how long that's been gone now, a good few years maybe. But anyway, here comes our next vehicle on the right. What you see here is a 2000 Volkswagen Lupo. But anyway, back to the rear camera. Here's our Peugeot 206 that we saw previously. And here is our Volkswagen Lupo.
Trip home that goes just as planned.
And I've got another one here now for you classic car enthusiasts.
Travel well. With unique properties and great locations, no two getaways are the same.
What we have here behind us is a 1997 Mazda MX-5. Now we are going to see this car again shortly.
That's exclusively for adults.
Just getting out of the vehicle now just to check the load straps on the load. Nothing to see here, looks pretty good. Now, do you remember a second or so ago I said that we'd see that Mazda MX-5 again? Well, we're just coming up to the Anstey interchange here with the M69, the M6 and the A46, and I've got a better angle on that vehicle here now. It's just there on the right hand side as we're looking at it. And now you'll see it from the front camera, this time on the left as we pull away from these lights. Definitely a tidy little motor, though I say so myself. Here's another miracle for you guys here. Now normally with these electric bikes you normally get these top lads riding them, usually on their way to get their nan's prescription or something, you know what I mean? You know, doing complete wheelies and acting like complete Joe Blunts. But in this case we've got one being ridden sensibly. We're just coming into the Asda Superstore in Coventry here, and we're looking at somebody taking a mini roundabout the wrong way. I knew it wouldn't last long. That black car there is just another example of lazy driving at these mini roundabouts, when obviously going around the proper way would have just been too much effort for them. Got a good place to break down up there.
Hot tubs to look forward to, and then it's Martin Kemp from.
He's got like that down a fucking drain pipe. Ooh, come on in. And yes, I think that version of the Poseidon adventure with Gene Hackman and Leslie Nielsen was definitely the better one. Now, I wonder if Basil Fawlty needs any decorators. If you know, you know.
I'll do that. But,
Just a bit of give and take on the road, and we all still get to where we need to be.
and the Emerald set up a very safe and happy playground for everyone. Cameramen, makeup, costume, design, everyone.
So a good safe space, because I think trust is so important when you're doing something that is
What do
complicated.
you turn around
As this
in
film,
there?
because it is a complicated.
Really complicated, yeah.
Was that you riding horses? Yeah, no stunt double. You were on.
I was in a studio, in a rain machine.
In this clip, we're looking further than the end of your bonnet. Now just up here on the right hand side you'll see two cars parked up, and then you have these two coming through just here. I had good line of sight of them coming through, so they should have been able to see me coming and slide into the two spaces that you can just see there. Again, that is just lazy driving. Melts. I've got one here now for you classic vehicle enthusiasts. What you're looking at here is a 1992 Talbot Express. This is known as the Hinckley Hub. Now this hasn't always been a traffic light junction. Years ago it used to be a roundabout, and I believe the traffic lights were installed I think about 15 years ago. It was actually before I started driving, so I can't really comment on what it was like beforehand. But anyway, we have ourselves a red light runner. We're looking at this car here that I've circled. Now look at our traffic lights changing to green. I do know one thing, there is a bit of a time delay between the traffic light sequences changing. Surprise, surprise, another red light jumper.
It's time for the Stratton Baskerville roundabout again. Oh yeah.
Yep, we're back at that roundabout again. Now we're looking at this black car here that I've just circled. Now that lane he's in actually splits into three lanes. One to go down the M69 southbound, one to go up the A5 northbound, or the other one to go down the B4109 back through Burbage and towards Hinckley. But he actually wants our lane instead. And of course, it's only fair that I show my mistakes too. Oh shit! Now as you can tell from this clip, you can see we've had a fair bit of rain. There's a lot of surface water on the road, and we're looking at this guy behind me. Now I think he was far too close. The camera don't actually do it justice here because it was a lot closer than it looked. Now if I had to swerve or make an emergency stop, he's going in the back of me no matter what. In this clip, we're looking up at the silver car that's ahead of us. Now he's not doing anything wrong per se. He's actually doing a rule in the highway code which came into force in January 2022, and that is give way to pedestrians who are at junctions. Now personally, I think this rule is absolutely dangerous there. You know, okay, I had enough time to stop and I did, but all you need is somebody not paying attention and they are going in the back of that car no matter what, or anybody that stops to give way to pedestrians at junctions like this. I'll put this snippet up about the change that came into force in January 2022, along with the enlarged diagram that was there as well. By all means, feel free to pause if you need to. Side road, but come on, that is just bloody stupid. We're just coming up to a set of traffic lights now. Now I'd like you all to pay attention to these signs that I've circled, because they are going to be relevant for what you see shortly. They state no left turn unless you're a bus or a cycle, and they are 24 hours, so they're not like part-time signs or anything. We'll flip over to the rear camera now, and we're looking at this low capacity cupcake behind me in the red car. Someone identifies as a bus. And finally, the last clip of this compilation, I've got one for you classic vehicle enthusiasts.
Gentlemen, number one this week in 1989.
What you're looking at here is a 1995 Toyota Supra or Supra. Very nice it looks too, I must say. But anyway, if you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Take care, bye for now, and above all, be safe out there.